Good evening. Happy Monday, and welcome to our weekly Fearless Empire team call. It is January 18th, 2021, and we have our upline team on Fire Empire joining us tonight. We are going to be talking about the power of challenge groups and then a little bit about Team Cup because that is next month. And I guess I can take that sticker off. So first though, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Jenny Eccles. She texted me a little while ago and said she just hit SC10. So yay, good job, Jenny. That's super exciting. She is super close to getting her diamond back, you guys. So we are definitely on the watch for that. So, and next I want to go around and whoever wants to volunteer, I just want to hear like what your personal goal is for this week. So whether it be like drink more water or follow your nutrition program, or if you don't really want to talk about your goal or you want to talk about your first day of 9-week control freak, if you started today, whatever, but I just quickly want to hear some good stuff and what you're going to do this week to be successful. If anyone wants to go first, or if you want to type it in the chat, if you don't want to talk.
I'll go.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
My goal for the week is to do early morning workouts every day.
Me too. Anyone else want to go?
I can go. I am really close to hitting a huge weight loss victory. I'm like 1.5 pounds away to a number I have not seen. I don't think I've seen it at all in 2020. So close. I'm thinking by the end of the week, it's going to happen.
That's awesome. What nutrition plan are you following?
I'm really not following a Beachbody specific one. I'm closest to Be Mindset, but I'm kind of dabbling with some tweaking my macros a little bit to
Gotcha.
contort.
Because that's what I was going to say. I was like, 2 pounds at a time, girl, 2 pounds at a time.
I know.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm sure you'll get it. So anyone else before we get started?
I can go. I still need to text Logan my goals. So for workouts, I just started 9-week control freak today, and I always it's a learning curve for me too, even doing these programs for like 4.5 years, like learning the new moves and getting it down. I usually fumble. So my goal with this first week is to at least push as hard as I can once I get that move down. Usually like high knees, I kind of half-ass it, and I was full force today. So I was pushing myself and trying to do my best that I could do with those, trying not to rush too much because they move pretty fast, and just trying to kind of go at my own pace, but give it my all and not, slack too much. And then for the business stuff, honestly, just getting back into connecting and talking to people and engaging more. Just because the last few months it's just not been as much as I want to. So I'm focusing on at least 3 people a day. I'm sticking with a smaller number to start with just to get into the routine of it, or at least 15 to 20 people a week. If I don't do it every single day, making sure by the end of the week that I have that number met. So that's my goal.
Awesome. That's what I've been doing too on both things. Like this morning I did the first workout and I was like, oh snap. This is definitely something to get used to, because I have my control tracks right there on this door, but my weights are right here. And I didn't realize it was going to be bam, 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 bam. So I had to completely start over. I got 5 minutes and had to start over because I was just way too spread out. And then I've been doing, I've been trying to do 5 a day as well. And it's a lot more maintainable to do it consistently every day that way for me. So yes, me too.
I was just going to add, so I did 9-week control. I started 9-week control freak 2 weeks ago, and then I restarted day 1 today. And the density round, that first time I did it 2 weeks ago, I think I got through 3.5 rounds And they, like you said, they move so fast, and trying to get used to the equipment and moving your track up and down and where did the ball go and all of that. And today I told Levi when I got done, I did 5.5 rounds, and I was like, I can't believe how much I improved. And I felt more coordinated and more comfortable with everything just 2 weeks later, like repeating what I had done 2 weeks ago. It was really encouraging.
Yeah. I went to move the track the first time too, and I was like, oh, she's going so quick. And I was like, oh, I think I broke my thumb. Because I was like, oh, I thought it would move a little bit easier than that, but you really got to pinch that sucker. But anyways, anybody else real quick before we get started? Yeah, like 1 minute here.
Okay, this is like the first day in months that I've stuck to the containers, and I hit it totally today. Like, I didn't snack. That wasn't already on my plan. Nothing. I hit my water goal before 4 o'clock today. Like, I'm just going to try to do that every day. And I came out of the gates running after the first, like, business-wise, and then I haven't felt very good the past 3 or 4 days. So I'm just trying to I didn't do it today, but after this, I'm going to try to complete my tracker again and try and do it again tomorrow, but with lower numbers, like instead of 5, maybe 3, and just enough that I know I have energy for it. And if I have more energy, I'll do more. And a lady I was supposed to sign up with, she fell and broke her ankle 2 days ago, and I had no clue because no one said anything. And I've been calling her because she told me to call her, not message her. So I called her, and she didn't answer. And so I didn't leave a message. And then I called her today, left a message. And an hour later, I saw her husband post. He's like, please pray for her. She fell and broke an ankle. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
And she's an older lady too. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea. No one knew.
Oh no,
So,
that's not good.
yeah.
But how accomplished do you feel though, sticking to your containers?
Other than feeling like crap in general, I feel like I would feel worse if I hadn't stuck to that. So,
That's awesome.
and the kids did really good too. Like, they ate their fruit. They tried to eat their veggies today. Like, we're trying to get them eating better too.
Good. Well, steps in the right direction. So, okay, ladies, let's dig into this. So I wanted to kind of piggyback, if you were on the OFE call from last week, Logan talked about really diving into a program, a nutrition plan, all the things. So I thought we would just take that right into going all in your challenge group, okay, which is what we're going to talk about first. So you really have to, like we said last week, you really have to make it a priority and understand that health and wellness / nutrition is our job. Like, that is what we are here for. Regardless of if you have a job outside the home or you work at home for something other than Beachbody, you still have committed to not only yourself, but everyone who has read any of your posts on social media that you are a health and fitness coach, and that is what you're here to do. You're here to show up, not just for yourself, but for everyone watching you as well, so you can then help them on their own journey too, right? So we really need to take ownership of that, and we need to take ownership of our journey, helping other people get started on a journey and continue, and then also our business, okay? Because all of this goes together. They're not separate entities. They all mesh very cohesively together. So doing so, nutrition, fitness, but what is the other thing that we talk about all the time? The secret sauce, right? The challenge group. So if you are doing everything perfectly, which I know all of you are, right? We've got our fitness, we've got our nutrition, like we're sending all the invites, we're doing the posts on social media, but we're not showing up in our challenge group. You are seriously missing out on an opportunity here, you guys, because I don't know how many top coaches I have heard from that say, I get my best coaches from my challenge groups. How many times have we heard that? And then we're like, oh, what can we do better in our business? How can we find builders? Like, how can we get people to work this business? But we're not showing up in our challenge groups. Okay. So I really just want to even discuss amongst all of us. Like, if you are feeling like your challenge group is lacking, I want to figure out why. I want to figure out where the problem is, and I want to figure out how we're going to make it better. Okay. And first things first is you really need to look at yourself from the inside out and be honest with yourself on how well you're doing with your challenge group and in your challenge group. Do you even have a challenge group, period? Are you co-running a challenge group with your upline coach, or a sister coach, or whatever? Are you doing a bod group? Are you doing a Facebook group? These are things that you have to think about. If you're not running a group, you at least need to be in a group and have a group, a place to put your people when you sign them up. Okay. Make it with somebody that, has like a lot of spunk. Okay. Or if you're not the type of person that's like a huge go-getter and you're like, I don't know if I could come up with a post every day, tag team it with somebody else who is really good at that. And then you will have your strengths in the challenge group, and then she will have hers if that's posting. Okay. And you guys can feed off one another. We're not going to sit here and tell you that you have to run your own challenge group. Okay. You can run it with somebody else. But the fact of the matter is you got to get in one. Okay. You got to have a place to put your people, because we harp and we preach and we talk all the time about having this community and these accountability groups, and this is where the magic happens. This is where you're going to get your best results. This accountability group, that's where it's at. But by the way, you're never going to see me in there because I don't ever post my stuff in there. But it's fine. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. I'm going to put you in there, and the rest of the girls that post in there every day, they're going to handle it. They're going to be fine. Guys, no. Okay. Like, your people sign up with you because they want to see you. They want to see that you're not only posting on social media, showing up on social media like you say you are, but also in the accountability group. They want to know that you're doing your workout every day. They want to know that you're also struggling with your day one because you couldn't figure out the stupid bands, like, they want to know these things too. New people are probably going to struggle with nutrition and their shakes. They want to see, recipes that you're trying, or shake recipes that you're throwing out there each day. Like, oh my gosh, you need to try this one. It tastes just like a cookies and cream milkshake, or whatever. You have to be showing up in your challenge groups every day. Okay. The next thing I'm going to point out within the challenge group is, if you are posting every day, good, that's fantastic. But are you then going in and loving on everybody else in the challenge group? Are you commenting on people's posts? Are you, even if you're going in there and like encouraging people? Because in the bod groups, Facebook is a little different, but with the bod groups, you can, I guess it is like Facebook, you can change like the reaction that you have to the post. Like, they have a fire flame, and they have a heart, and they have a clapping hand. Like, do something for these people. They did not come into this accountability group to see nothing and hear nothing but crickets. Okay, so we have to be posting, we have to be sharing recipes, sharing our struggles, but how we are going to overcome them the next day. And we have to be commenting on people's posts if they are going to be vulnerable enough to first sign up with you, but then secondly, post a sweaty selfie that they probably have never done in their entire life. They don't even post sweaty selfies in general on Facebook, but they're going to post it in your challenge group. You guys, you have to take that to heart, and you have to realize how hard that is for people. You might have been there on your day 1, day 7, whatever as well. Logan, she's told us how many times it took her an entire 21-day program before she decided to post anything in her challenge group. When people come in there the first handful of times and post, if nobody comments on that, what do you think is going to happen? They are going to throw up the deuces, and they are going to peace out, home slice on your challenge group because you didn't do what you said you were going to do and be there for them. Right? Like, really throwing some tough love at you guys tonight, but this has just really been on my heart the last couple of weeks, because I know in like my challenge group, in bod groups, like my ongoing one, it's not calling anybody out, but it is the same people every day commenting on people's posts. And there's a lot more people posting in there than commenting in there. And a lot of them are coaches. Okay. So we really just need to step up our game with the challenge group, because then, like I said, a lot of these top coaches that you hear talk about their success, they're saying it comes from their challenge groups. You know, they bring people in. Kate Schultes, however you say her last name. I listened to her speak one time, and she said she doesn't even recruit coaches. Like, I'm not going to advise that, but she said she doesn't even recruit coaches out of the gate. She signs people up as challengers and then helps them rock their journey in the challenge group, and then they convert to coaches. How freaking cool is that? Like, that's amazing. And you know that they're going to be rock star coaches because they believe in the products. They believe in what Beachbody stands for. They know that this stuff works, and they know that the accountability groups are where it's at, because that's where they started. So we really just need to get back to the foundations of where we started as challengers and really, really drive that home and nail it in 2021. Because I think we've been slacking a little bit, if I'm being honest. And I'm included in that. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not, but you know, we really just have to get the challenge group things down pat. And then your energy is going to bring momentum. So if you're showing up in the challenge group every single day and you're excited and you're posting recipes and you're posting your shake flavor and you're posting tips and tricks on how to be successful through this, through things that you have learned in your own journey, you know, helping people do those things, that's why they're here, and that's what they want, and that's what they expect out of us. So if you're throwing up a recipe on your social media, throw it up in the challenge group too. It'll take you like 2 extra seconds. Okay. If you go on your Insta stories and you're taking the time to post your shake when you're drinking it, this superfood shake, it tastes like a Wendy's smoothie or whatever, you know, you could be doing the exact same thing in your challenge group and serving the people in your challenge group just like you're serving the people on your social media, right? It'll take like five extra seconds. Okay. So energy builds momentum. So if you go in with high energy, that's just gonna flow into the rest of your challenge group, and everybody else is going to be excited too. It's just like when we talk in our businesses about how the energy you bring in promoting a program on your social media brings the people in because they see that you're excited, so they get excited about it too. It's the same concept in your challenge group. If you're excited to show up in your challenge group every single day and you're pumped to post your sweaty selfie and you're going in there every single day to look at the women who are posting in there and being vulnerable and sharing their struggles but sharing their successes as well, and you're commenting on those, cheering them on, do you know how good that makes them feel? I'm going to speak from firsthand experience. The first handful of times that I posted a sweaty selfie in Logan Underwood's challenge group as a brand new baby coach challenger, and she commented on it, I wanted to cry because I was like, who is this chick that I just signed up with? And she told me that I was a badass. Okay. Like, come on. How do you think that makes other people feel? Yes, we are normal human beings. We all know that. But the outside people don't know that. You know, I'm from Illinois. If I sign up someone from California, they don't know who I am. You know, like, I could be Logan Underwood to them. And then they come in my challenge group and I comment on their post and they're like, Jordan Young just commented on my post. I'm pretty sure we're going to be besties and I am going to be a bomb ass coach because she commented on my post, right? So we've got to do this, okay? We have to love on these people to say that the way we tell them we're going to love on them and be there for them every single day, like we promise we're going to, right? So the opposite of that though, the energy is, if you're feeling like your challenge group is kind of bleh, okay? Why does your challenge group feel like that? What's going on? Is this something with you, or is it something with your group? Or, you know, is it the engagement in your group or who you're running the group with? Like, you know, we have to figure out what's going on. For me personally, I tend to feel as though if my challenge group is lacking, it's because I'm lacking somewhere. which I'm going to venture to say is probably most of us, not all the time, but most of the time. So are you going 100 in your workouts? Are you really giving it your all to where you're just like drenched in sweat because you work so dang hard? Are you doing, you know, an 80-20 nutrition, or, you know, close to where you are confident sharing your nutrition on social media? Because side note, I know for me, if I'm not doing well in my nutrition, I ain't sharing that shit on social media. Let's be honest, right? If I'm over here eating pizza, I'm not sharing that on social media. Okay, right? But if we're over here following our plan and we're using our containers, if you look at my Insta story today, that's basically all it is nutrition, because I rocked it today and I wanted people to know that. I wanted people to see that I am following a nutrition plan again. I'm using my containers how they're supposed to be used. So we really just have to figure out why your challenge group is lacking and if it starts with you, okay? So basically just, you know, figuring out why you aren't feeling it and why you're not seeing success within your challenge group. So again, this all like feeds together. You know, a lot of the time it starts from the bottom up. So if you're not doing the things, then you're not going to want to post in the challenge group, which means other people aren't going to post in the challenge group, which means it's going to flow over into your business. And then you're just going to get bleh about your business, and you're not going to be excited about your program. And then you're probably going to quit your program and you're going to be like, man, that program sucked. But really what it was is you didn't go all in with the program, right? So I want to take like 10, 15 minutes or however long it takes to talk to you guys about your challenge groups. If you're having issues in your challenge groups, you know, let's try and converse about it. Let's talk about it, see if there's something we can tweak, something we can fix. You know, if any of us have any tips or tricks for you, for your challenge group and stuff like that. Let me go through here. And everyone needs a Jonna Packer. I'm just saying, everyone needs one of her in their challenge group because she is like 200% the best cheerleader. So get you a Jonna Packer. Does anyone want to talk about their challenge group? Anyone have any issues or anything like that?
This past year, I really could not get, I tend to attract very independent people, just like myself, and had a lot of trouble getting people going in my challenge groups. But I found an app called Hit 'em Up, and it allows me to mass text message my whole group. And I did have to add every challenger to my phone that I had a phone number for, but I can text all of them together, and then I remind them to go check in or make their meal plans or drink their water or, you know, go love on somebody in your challenge group today. And that has helped some. I think New Year's really, some of my people just re-engaged in the last few days have been amazing, but that has definitely helped. It's like telling them, like, if you want me, that's where I am. Like, I'm not going to seek you out. I mean, I am, but I'm not.
Another site that it's actually, if you signed up for Carl Deichler's text messages, he uses a website called community something or other. If you signed up for his emails, it's in the thread of the text messages, the website. There's a link in there. But I have not looked into it a lot, but I'm going to, because I think that's a really good idea and a really good way we can communicate with our challengers easier than trying to find them on Facebook, especially if it's a lead customer, trying to find them on Facebook and add them to a thread or adding them to here, adding them to there. So if you can literally just pull their information from your back office and upload it to an app, then you can be like, hey, this is your coach, you know, just making sure you got XYZ, posting the challenge group, yada, yada. I would love to hear, Jonna, your like daily schedule when it comes to your challenge groups. Sorry to put you on the spot, but like I said, you are legit the most consistent person I have ever seen with going in the challenge group and logging your workout, logging your shake, commenting on people's posts literally every single day. So I just want to know like how your routine is set so you give yourself time to do that every day.
I have, I am very neurotic with my schedule. And I have every single thing time blocked on my calendar. So from 5:15 to 5:45, I do devotional. I mean, I literally have from, hang on, I'm going to mess up the times, but from 6:15 to 6:30, update IG stories. From 7 to 7:30, accountability group check-in. And then every night, my husband hates it, but at 9:00, my alarm goes off to remind me to check in with my challenge group. And if I feel like I need to like go live in there, I typically do it during my power hour.
That's awesome though. And that's, that stuff like that is what we preach on, you guys, is like consistency and time management and being intentional with your time, which is like one of the big things that I'm trying to do this year. So, that is what I have been doing as well since the beginning of the year. I haven't been super strict with like the time blocking, but I have said, okay, I'm going to do my personal development and my journal and my Bible while I drink my pre-workout. And then when I finish my workout, I'm going to sit on the floor and stretch. And while I'm stretching on the floor, I'm going to check into my challenge group. And I'm not going upstairs until that's done because A, I need to stretch. I need to be better about that anyways. And 2, that gets me checking into my challenge group every day, because if I'm working out every day and I'm stretching every day, then I'm checking in my challenge group every day. And yeah, it's just like on your social media, people love seeing consistency. Like some stuff they will get to the point where if you don't do it every day, then they're asking you, are you sick? Are your children okay? Like you didn't post your pre-workout dance today. What is wrong? Like people look for stuff like that. And that is why they trust us enough to sign up with us and to get into our challenge group, because they expect us to be the same way in our challenge group. Okay. So why is our challenge group any different than our social media is my question. Okay. So does anyone else have anything that they want to talk about with their challenge group, or what is working well for you in your challenge group for somebody else that might not be having as much success? No, everybody's challenge groups are like badass and rocking. You're hitting SC50 because of it. Okay, cool. I know I'm not.
I would love some ideas about competitions, like how you get people to. I am competitive. I will get in challenge group if I'm going to win myself something. So, but
girl, you are preaching to the choir.
Yeah. If anybody
Yeah,
has any
right there.
fun ideas, I'm open.
I have ideas for challenges out the wazoo, but how to get people to do them is a completely different story, which is odd because, they typically say your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So you would think that I would have a challenge group of nothing but people who would do 75 burpees for a dish towel, because that is what I would do. That's just not the case. So if anyone has any pointers for me, I would also like them. Logan and I were talking the other day, though, about some pretty funny challenges that we're going to be doing in the 9-week control free group. So stay tuned for that. Ashley says, my girls don't engage on the daily post. It doesn't seem like a community, just a box to check off. So how to make it more of like a community. So I personally think that a lot of that boils down to commenting on people's posts and actually like putting meaningful comments on there, like asking questions and getting to know your people, especially if these are people that you literally have no clue who they are. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I had an assistant at the end of last year who was going into my challenge group and commenting on people's posts, and no bueno. I don't suggest that because I had no clue what was going on in my challenge group. You know, it was a very hectic time for me mentally, and I wanted to make sure people were getting the love, but it just wasn't coming from me. And it's hard for me to even admit that, but I feel like I have to just to level with you guys. But November and December, I did have an assistant commenting on people's posts for me. And I remember the time that kind of was like a switch for me where I was like, this has got to stop. I had a girl message me about some stuff, and she started talking to me about a post she made in the challenge group, and I had no idea what she was talking about. And I could tell that she knew that I was bogus. And I was like, oh crap. So from that point on, like I said, sorry girlfriend, like you're not in my challenge group anymore. My assistant, I said, no more in my challenge group. Like I'm going in there, I'll figure it out. Like I'll do whatever I need to do in the morning. I'll switch my schedule around, whatever, but I will be in my challenge group from here on out, nobody else. Because like I've said this entire call up to this point, like the people want you. They want to know it's you. They want to see you in there every day. And that's how we build the friendships, right? With people we don't know that we're bringing in, is by seeing what they're posting, and especially on those vulnerable posts, and making meaningful comments and engaging with them, which will get them to engage back, asking questions, even if it's a little bit more personal, but get to know these people, because when that happens, these people are going to turn into your coaches, and you're going to want to know your coaches at that point too, to build this huge, strong community aspect and vibe around your coaching team as well, right? So I think that's for me what it is. Renee says, I think last year has been a lot harder to engage people in the groups too, with them already being plugged into Zoom and virtual meetings, etc. I agree. So much more so they're not wanting to spend the extra time in the challenge group. And then Jenny says, that's where I'm at too. I feel like a box to check off, and it doesn't even feel personal. So another thing I was kind of thinking too was like how we are introducing this challenge group to people when they first sign up. Are we just saying, yeah, here's this challenge group, just go log your sweaty selfie and Shakeology every day? Or are we presenting it as like, this is where it's at? Like, this is where we become besties. This is where we meet all the people. This is where your tribe is. This is where you're going to make friends. This is where we're going to get to know each other. Like, how are we presenting this? Because, we all know how we present on social media, but then whenever we bring the people in, where does it go from there? Is it just go in there and throw something up? I don't really care, whatever. Or I'm going to get in there and I want to know basically everything but your social about you, right? So we can be friends. Okay. That's where we do life. That's awesome. I love that. And yes, that also will help too. Like Logan said, the weekly tracking. So before we switched over to BOD groups, I can't even remember what the previous app was called. My challenge tracker app. It showed like you could go into the calendar and you could say, okay, from Sunday the 1st to the 7th, I want to see everyone who has logged a workout and a shake, and it'll tell you everyone and how many they had logged of each. Unfortunately, right now, BOD groups doesn't do that, so it makes it difficult to shout people out, for logging 6-7 days a week. It makes it hard to send prizes, which is like what I love doing. So hopefully we'll get that back soon, but as of right now, we kind of just got to go with the flow, but that's the theme of 2020 going into 2021. So, but so does anyone else have anything on challenge groups? Any ideas on how we can make our challenge groups better? Okay.
I'm here. Okay, my kids are being quiet now. They were screaming. I mean, I think just like going live in there and like being sure to like offer something, and this is something I need to do. This is like on my list of to do, is offer something in my group that I don't offer on my social media. You know what I mean? I loved how Megan, if you guys caught her stories a couple weeks ago, I loved that she talked about on her stories that she went in her group and like taught them how to use them and like gave them all the tips and tricks and like hinted at it on her stories, but unable to actually get it, you had to be in the group, which I feel like that would make my people actually go look at the group and engage. And then people who are, you know what I mean? It's like win-win on both sides. But then just like weekly, you know, going live in there and just having a goal of like, hey, this is what, you know, because I feel like I almost feel like that's where I fail, is like I sign people up and then here's the group and yeah, you just log your shake and everything and you pop out, but like really like adding value to it. The end.
I think coming up with ways to get people to post things outside of their workout and their Shakeology as well, like if it's a competition where they all have to share a new favorite recipe that they're going to try this week, or their favorite thing that they like to, their favorite healthy thing they like to eat for breakfast or something like that, because we all know nutrition is the thing that like 90% of people struggle with. And I feel like, at least for me, the last couple years, like that's been the part that's really been slacking in my groups. And we know that that's where the majority of results come from anyways. So even doing more challenges or things focused around sharing what you eat. Like we used to do challenges. Renee could help me think of some. You were way back in those old days. Like we would do like make a photo collage of everything that you ate today and share it with the group, or you know, starting threads with recipes to share or things like that, so that they're going in and engaging for other things besides just logging. Water challenges where you remind them to drink water. And then I think the only way to really get people over the hump of actually like starting to engage is by incentivizing with prizes. I don't know how else to get people like to actually start doing it unless there's like a prize attached to it.
Which, and with the nutrition thing too, it's so easy for us who are kind of seasoned with all of this. It's just like if you guys were on when we had Brooke Anderson on the team call a few weeks ago, she's like, with coaching, she said, always remember where you came from, remember where you started, remember you were a brand new baby coach at one time. I feel like the challenge group is kind of the same thing, especially with our nutrition. You know, we need to remember how we stumbled with learning how to use the containers. We need to remember how we got defeated when we tried to overcomplicate a meal prep session, right? And we need to really remember these newbies coming in, they're feeling the same things that we did one day. Just because, you know, I'm 4 years in and I know that eating spinach after 7 p.m. bloats me out like a friggin' pig. You know, somebody who just signed up 2 days ago is not going to know that, you know? So teaching them how to use the containers, and if they're doing 2B, how to do the tracking with the 2B mindset, and really, you know, utilize what the coaching back office gives us as well. You guys, I am starting to see success with doing that in the form of my welcome email. I have tweaked it from last year to this year, and I now send them the link for both nutrition programs. They're both really short videos, but I say, this is the link for Ultimate Portion Fix. This is the link for 2B Mindset. Watch them both, whichever one you feel more comfortable with and think you can do better with, start with that one, you know? And that's something I never did before. And now I actually have people asking me questions about the nutrition programs, which is like, why wasn't I doing this 4 years ago? You know what I mean? But really just providing people with the tools that we have at our fingertips given to us by the company, you know? is huge. And yes, Megan Ewaldson made a 5 pages technically, because the cover page is 1, but it's 5 pages of like a broke down PDF on the nutrition programs. It is fantastic. And I saw that you uploaded it in the 9 Week Control Freak group, which I was so happy, because I tried to upload it in there and it told me that it was too large of a document. And I'm like, what is happening? So when I saw you did it, I was like, oh, good. I'm glad you figured it out. But
I think I found one, yeah, because it can't be bigger than 10, but I think I found a second one that Megan had uploaded that was like a reduced size.
oh, okay, cool. I figured it was something like that, but I was just glad you did it. So anyways, and you know, just like Logan said, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, thinking back to the olden days, like Logan said, in the OG groups, I remember we used to do like nightly check-ins, and we would have them like rate how their workout went, what shake they had, how their nutrition was. And then we always had like a fun icebreaker question, like what was your favorite 90s song, or, you know, if you could go anywhere in the world, or where's your favorite vacay spot. And that honestly, I think, was what helped create that community, Ashley, because we were getting to know each other more than just workouts and nutrition, but actually like
I just thought of this today, because I thought to myself, I'm going to need something reminding me every single day to go in and do the controlled stretch before I go to bed. And I was like, that could be an evening check-in type thing, could be a good way to try to get people to come back and remember to do their stretch. Tell them to try one of the meditations, like when they're done stretching, and then remind them to put their phone away and not get back on their phone and go in and go to bed and get a restful night.
And I think like when we did those, we used to do them every night, like Monday through Friday. And sometimes it was a little much, but I mean, we could even start with doing like a Monday check-in, like every other day or something, or, you know, Monday check-in, and then sort of like towards the end of the week, and then weekend going into the following week or something. But I do remember doing those, and that is really what I think brought so many of us a lot closer and created that close-knit community, because we were getting to know each other a lot better on more of a personal level, rather than just like, hey, great job, you know, you're nice and sweaty. Like, of course we want to cheer each other on, but it's a lot more fun when you know each other a little bit more and have those fun icebreaker questions and stuff like that.
Right here.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say, Renee. That I just started a nightly check-in thing today, so I can post what like my questions are in the group too, if you guys want them, and you can tweak them for kind of your people. But it's like, even in our daily selfie threads and stuff, we've been noticing that just having a question with your selfie, or something like even like go I am, and then blank blank blank, and then have people fill it in, and it's, you know, something they can fill in an affirmation, or they can fill in whatever, and it really helps like with that kind of icebreaker, and then everyone's getting to go, oh, that was such a good one, like I love that, I'm going to repeat that same affirmation, or whatever. And you get to see, it seems like everyone's getting to know each other a lot better that way, versus sometimes it's just, yeah, like you said, buddy selfie check, buddy selfie check, good job, way to go girly, you know. And it's like, that's nothing, and so people just fall off, because that's not offering them really any other value than a quick pat on the back. But when you start to peel back those layers and get to know people on, you know, a different, more personal, emotional level, I think that's when they keep showing up, because you're giving them more than just a pat on the back. You're actually giving them that community and that relationship that we all really are craving.
Yep, I agree. That's awesome. And I remember doing the daily check-ins too, and part of it, like, obviously we love the like themed challenge groups that like we can get provided to us, versus when I first started coaching, we had to come up with all our own stuff. Like, it wasn't a thing yet that you could go on Etsy and buy a challenge group bundle, you know, and have it at your fingertips. Like, we had to come up with all of the content. And, you know, I think that's part of it too. Not that I'm saying like I'm going to get away from purchasing those because I'm not, but just making additional posts, or, you know, the ones that I go to put up and schedule, like maybe adding to it at the end, you know, like a question or, you know, whatever it may be, like all the things we just discussed. But, yeah, those nightly check-ins, I think, like Logan said, with the controlled stretching would be like awesome to start incorporating, start getting some engagement back. So does anyone else have last burning anything that they need to say about challenge groups? Okay, so lastly, real quick, because we don't have a ton of time here, because I want to keep it right at an hour to respect all of you guys' time. Team Cup. So hopefully all of you guys are on a Team Cup, or at least have the plan and intention to get on a Team Cup. Tell me in the chat if you are already on one, or if you know, have plans to get on one. All the things, team name, all the things, like tell me all of it. So Team Cup, you guys, if you've never been on one before, this seriously is like, and I'm not just saying this because the company says it, but it really is like the best time of the year to really launch your business to somewhere it's never been before. Team Cup month is more times than not the most success our team has as a whole, the months that we have Team Cup. And I don't know if it's just, you know, the vibe around the competition aspect of it, or if it's all, we just all get geared up for it. So we're just pumped. Like I said, you know, the energy brings the momentum, or if it's all of it combined, whatever it is, I wish we could bundle it up and have that every single month. But, getting on a Team Cup team really sets you up for success and gives you the feeling, like a satisfaction feeling, almost like, you know, we're on a team, like we're on OFE, Fearless Empire, whatever team you're on, but it's like a close knit team for that month that you really can just dig in deep with, and almost like a success pod type deal. So if you're not on a team, I highly encourage you to get on one, whether you know the people or not. They don't even, like, obviously we want you doing it with people on our team, but if you're reaching out and everybody's like, oh, I'm already on one, like, you don't have to team up with someone on this team. Anyone who is a Beachbody coach, you can do this with. So, if you have made friends outside of this team and you want to do one with them, great. You know, just get on a team. All right. And then once you're on a team, what are we going to do then? So, typically what I have done with my teammates for this is, you know, if we don't already have each other's cell phone numbers, we typically will trade cell phone numbers. That way it's a little bit easier to stay in contact for the month. Or if you guys decide, you can do like a Facebook thread to hold each other accountable, to pop in there and say, hey, I sent this invite out the last couple of days. It's working really well. I have some great convos going, you know, different things like that. Oh, I just hit SC2 on the second, like, you know, you can cheer each other on that way. Just all the things to keep the momentum going in Team Cup month. So I also wanted to throw Team Cup in with the Power of Challenge groups, because again, it all goes together. If you guys started 9-week Control Freak today, you talk about it on your social media, you're going in your stories, telling everyone how bomb.com it is, and you're just talking the crap out of this program and how your nutrition program is just, you know, out of this world, and you're seeing results like you just wouldn't believe. That is going to get people excited to sign up with you, which is going to flow into the month of February, which is Team Cup month. Okay. So you guys need to be talking on your social medias about this program. You need to be telling people what's working for you. You know, you need to be talking about it daily. Please, please do not let your mean girl tell you that you're talking about your challenge groups or the coaching opportunity too much, because that's not a thing. There is no such thing as talking about it too much. I even said that on my Instagram story the other day. I said, if you watch my stories every day, you're either really annoyed but you keep watching, or you're really interested and you want to get signed up with me, and that's why you're continuing to watch, because I literally talk about the same stuff every day. I talk about my challenge group, I talk about coaching every single day. Okay, if these people aren't signing up with you, they will eventually when they're ready. But you guys, you have to be consistent, and you have to do this every single day, like brushing your dang teeth. Okay.
I think the biggest mistake that you can make is thinking that in order to hit Success Club next month, you have to save anybody for February. Like, for the love, if you want to hit Success Club next month during Team Cup, you have to start now. You have to start talking about things now. You have to commit now. You have to treat, like, right now, these next couple weeks as if you're already in Team Cup month, because that's the only way to build momentum in February. Like, nothing magically happens once it's February 1st and it's Team Cup month. Like, the work starts today on January 18th. It doesn't start February 1st.
Yeah, that's so true. Because if you're sitting there telling yourself, oh, there's only 2 days left in the month and I'm already at SC6, so I think I'm just going to hold off sending the share card out for the next couple of days, you are setting yourself up for failure. Okay? Because you're already in that limited mindset thinking that I have to save this person in order to hit Success Club. No, you're limiting yourself. Please don't do that. Okay, please don't do that. Sign the people up when they're ready. Because the other thing is too, if Mary Jo is ready to sign up today and you're like, can we wait a few days until we're like into February? She might tell you yes, but then she might go sign up with her neighbor with the pink hair. Okay, please don't let that happen. Okay, so sign them up when they're ready, because you don't know, they might be reaching out in that moment of taking fear by the horns and going with it, you know? So who's to say that literally in 10 minutes after talking to you, they might try and talk themselves out of it, but they've already pressed accept or submit on their credit card button, right? So we need to sign people up when they're ready, because technically it's their time clock anyways. It's not on our time. We're just giving them the tools when they're ready to accept them, right? So please don't wait to sign people up. But again, on Team Cup, get involved, be engaged, you know, dive in, dig in deep with your team and just really go for it, you guys. If you need help, like, reach out to your upline about, hey, how does this post sound? Or, you know, if you have any type of questions like that, like, whoever your upline is, they're not going to care to answer questions like that for you. But it really is just getting engaged in a team and just really going for it. And you get some cool extra prizes besides the 1, 3, 6, and 9 prizes too. So getting people involved. So Logan, Haley, you got any Team Cup pointers? No?
I was waiting for Haley to unmute, but I'll go. So like, my very first Team Cup, you guys heard me talk about last week, was the month that I finally went diamond after pussyfooting around for 6 months, like talking myself out of actually taking the business seriously. And Team Cup month was the month that I was finally like, screw it. Like, I'm actually, like, I love this and I'm going to show people that I'm actually legit and taking it seriously, and I'm not going to care what they think. But I've been coaching for 5 years now, and I've had many a Team Cup where the month just kind of skirts on by and I'm the only one on my team that hits Success Club. No one else really like rank advances or gets on the board or anything. And I kind of take a passive seat to it and think, gosh, if they want it, they'll do it because that's what I do, right? But that's not how everybody is. And I haven't like even talked to my girls about our plan for next month yet, but I just have this like draw to want to be like, I want this to be the Team Cup team that we are super involved, like through and engaged through the whole month, because I know these girls have big goals and I want to help keep them motivated to get there. So whether it's like every day when we get our workout done and like post it on stories, we tag each other, like our little group of 5, so we can share it to each other's stuff. Whenever someone's hopping on a power hour, like the 5 of us tag each other. So that way it's just more like reminders and more incentive that other people are doing their things to keep them involved and engaged and stuff like that. I don't know if anyone else has any ideas for that kind of stuff, but those are just a couple of the things that I've been thinking about implementing.
One popped into my head whenever you said that. If you have a thread with them on either Facebook or Instagram, like sending the link to a post that you do so they can go love on your post, you know, and increase the engagement on your post. That's another thing you guys can do too. So yeah, I don't know that I have ever been on a team cup team where we've gotten the tier 2 prize, to be honest. And the tier 2 prize is typically everyone on the team hitting Success Club. So eek. But anyways, okay guys, we are closing in on an hour. So if you guys have anything else on challenge groups or team cup. Haley's getting ready to have a baby, y'all. So we need to be praying for her. We need to be thinking about her. And we need to be stalking her social media. Okay? We're waiting for all the updates on that sweet baby.
And that nursery is gorgeous.
Yes. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. So on Fearless Empire, whenever we have a call or a power hour or a get together, anything like that, we like to end the call in prayer. So if you guys don't mind, I am just going to pray over the team really quick and then we will disperse. Okay. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this gorgeous Monday morning in Chile, Illinois, and all of these ladies wherever they live, that it was a blessed day for them. I thank you for each and every one of them, that you have brought them into my life, that I have them on my squad. I have them beside me to cheer me on, and for the rest of the team, Lord. I thank you that we could gather together tonight and just talk about how we can make not only our lives better as a team, but the people we're going to bring into this team in 2021. I know there are big things about to happen within this team, Lord. So again, I thank you, and I pray many, many blessings over all of these ladies tonight. I pray for Haley, that her sweet baby comes with ease. I pray for Beth, and I pray for all the people on this team, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thanks, ladies. See ya.